From the Oklahoma newsroom, this is an OU update. I'm Jenny Carlson. OU Texas Week has arrived, and it's got a nice little twist this year as Baker Mayfield, the Sooner quarterback, he hails from Austin, Texas. Ryan Aber joins us on the phone. And Ryan, I mean, it's obviously a great, rich storyline that adds to an already heated rivalry. But, you know, Baker Mayfield's a guy that even though he was growing up in Austin, he was very much a Sooner fan. That makes for some interesting string as you're bringing this story together, right?
Yeah, no doubt about it. I mean, this is a kid who grew up in Lake Travis, which is basically Austin, just right outside of the city, about 20 miles from Darrell Royal Stadium there down in Austin. But like you said, he grew up an OU fan, always wanted to eventually play for OU. Didn't work out like that out of high school. But the interesting thing is, right out of high school, Mayfield had a couple of small D1 offers, really wanted to play in the Big 12 somewhere, was looking for somewhere even just to walk on. OU didn't jump on him because of his size in part, but they called Texas, and Texas sort of dismissed the idea completely, and that sort of adds to the chip that Baker Mayfield consistently plays with on his shoulder. I mean, the way that he approaches things, the way he goes about it, and the way that we've seen him perform in games has shown that that attitude, that swagger is something he brings week in and week out. And he told me today on Monday that it's even a little bit more against a program like Texas that didn't want any part of him coming out of high school right in their backyard.
Well, and obviously everybody knows the struggles that Texas has had at the quarterback position basically since the day Colt McCoy walked off campus. So for him to be right in their own backyard, that has to be another sort of stick in the craw to a lot of Texas fans. But, you know, that's not the only one, Ryan. A couple other guys that could potentially play a role in this OU-Texas game come from the Austin area as well. Samaje Perine and P.J. Mbanassor, both from the Pflugerville area, which is suburban Austin as well. Again, I have to think that does not sit well with Longhorn fans as they struggle to find playmakers, and OU has two from right in their own backyard.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think it's a little bit easier for them to deal with, especially with Baker Mayfield. One, nobody was recruiting him really, and two, you know, Gerard Hurd is not their problem on the offensive side. He's actually been one of their few guys who have gone out and made some plays for him. But certainly to see guys like Baker Mayfield, Samaje Perine, who I think maybe is a guy that Texas would love to have another crack at with you know, that his situation coming out of Pflugerville-Hendrickson and the fact that he wound up in OU and had so much success last year, and that they've struggled at the running back spot the last few years. Now, Jonathan Gray's a pretty good runner back there as well, but certainly, you know, OU fans never like to see a kid go from Oklahoma down to Texas and do well and make him regret letting him leave the state. And certainly that's the case in Texas, where for so long it was Texas gets who Texas wants, but there's been a lot of misses, especially at quarterback. I mean, you look at some of the guys that have come out of just the Austin area, you know, guys that they recruited to play other positions other than quarterback that wound up going elsewhere and starring at the quarterback position. And like you said, there's been a vacuum there at that position for the Longhorns really since Colt McCoy left Austin.
Yeah, but as you mentioned, other playmakers, they're in short supply in Austin. So any playmakers, the ability of a Samaje Perine, I'm sure folks that love the burnt orange would like to see a few more like him around. Again, it will add another layer of storyline to this year's OU-Texas game as Texas continues to struggle to find its footing in this season. Hey, be sure to stay with the best coverage team anywhere at newsok.com and every day in the Oklahoman.